Hello and welcome to Quackalope. Today I am joining Quackalope on his channel all the way down from Canada.
Yeah, that's right. You and your crew from Legendary Tactics came down and I have convinced them to do a official top 10 list with me and what the boys are working with downstairs, a top 10 war games.
That's right.
Because you all kind of have a few different interests. First off, you love board games.
We do, all of them.
Second off, you love a few specific heavy strategy games.
Definitely. Okay. Now, this is really unfair because you have asked me to do an aggregate list of all three of our favorites. So this isn't my favorites, this is our three creators' favorites. And this was really hard.
Yeah, to compromise on some of these?
It really was, because some of these I'm going to speak to, not because they're on my list, but because they're on our collective channels list.
But it's a good reflection of what you all enjoy, what you all cover, and quite a few of these are games that I know you're very passionate about.
That's right, very much so. Especially the top five. The 10 to 5, those are the ones the other creators love.
That's where you compromised a little bit, and then the top 5, you're like, these I need to care about.
For sure. They somehow work their way up the list.
I like that. So, thank you for joining us. Let's hang out, talk through this list. I love seeing other creators' top 10 lists, not only because I personally, it's the type of content I enjoy consuming, but also because it gives insight into these categories or these groups of games that I might like. I'm hoping for some things I haven't been able to play. I'm hoping to find out why they're on this list. And also, if you think that you match up with 3 or 4 or 5 of these games that are here, check out some of the other titles that maybe you haven't explored before, because I find board gamers kind of have this niche or this little corner of the industry they start carving out when they discover brand new games. Also, there'll be a link down below at the top of the video description. Swing over to Legendary Tactics. Do you want to tell them a little bit about what you do from the Canadian provinces?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, strategy guides are the focus. We do some playthroughs, we do some reviews. Generally, we just like to have a good time. We do whatever we want to do. So whatever game we're enjoying playing, that's what's on our channel.
You've got 16,000, 17,000 subscribers?
We are up, we might have hit 17,000. We're getting close.
Okay,
so,
and you've been producing content since the pandemic started.
We got started right in March of the pandemic. So we're here for the fun. So I do have one game today that I want to convince possibly you and definitely you to play, and I'm a little concerned because I've been looking through your house full of games.
I don't have it?
And I haven't seen it yet. So it's coming.
Oh, man. All right, let's start with number 10.
Let's get into it.
Already pulled up here in front of us, and you said this isn't actually one that you specifically are as passionate about. This is Cascadia from Flat Out Games. Really lovely, kind of abstract tile game.
Absolutely.
Where you're going to be trying to set up these different ecosystems in order to score according to whatever type of animal hierarchy you have. That's the main objective, this little pattern of landscape in front of you. Who is it that loves this, and why do you think they love it?
Well, we have 3 creators on the channel. There's myself, Flash, there's Cax, and there's NATO. And this is a Cax game. I think it would be a me game too. I haven't played with him yet.
Really?
But it is about making different patterns. You know, the bears can't be together, and you want to make salmon runs and place your tiles. And it's a game that Cax tells me his kids love, his family loves.
Yeah.
It's one that's memorable. It's relaxing. It's easy to get to the table. There's a ton of reasons to love this game, so that's why it made number 10 on our list.
This is really high up for Shira as well. This type of abstract, kind of ambient puzzle, along with the theme, just matches up for her really solidly. This is the only one that I'd seen spoilers for, though. Let's move on to number 9.
Excellent.
It's next on the list.
Okay.
Netrunner. Okay.
Have you played Android Netrunner?
I have never played Netrunner.
That's okay.
I was sent a deck of cards from the relaunch. Like the fans or maybe the official relaunch that happened. I was sent a deck of cards that I need to dive into one day. I've heard amazing things. I know there's an insane community around this, and I don't honestly know why. I don't. What's going on here? What's going on with Netrunner?
Now, this is a dead game, unfortunately. So,
like officially?
They're not building any more Android Netrunner, and so the game is finished. But that doesn't mean it's not a good game anymore. So the central premise.
But what was the reboot? What's the relaunch?
The relaunch is a rebalancing of cards and possibly an attempt just to reboot the game. The problem is, like Magic the Gathering, you get cards that are broken, and they attempt later to withdraw those cards, and they trying to make a little extra money to push the game out again, and eventually you realize we need to go back to the basics.
And even with the relaunch of Lord of the Rings, the card game, which was a retired game for a period of time, Is there no hope in the Netrunner community that this is going to come back into circulation?
I'm going to say no. But
all right, tell me about it.
It's a fantastic game.
Tell me about it.
What's important to know about this game is it's an asymmetric game. There's two factions. You've got the runner and the corp. So, and basically your goal as the runner is to break into the HQ and steal agendas and score those points. And clearly the goal of the corp is to protect, put up ice walls in order to stop the runs from happening, and in so doing score the points before they can hack into your server. So for me, I love the theme of a game. This is one that I do really enjoy. Cax and NATO play this to death, and it's a hugely fun game. You do need to learn a lot about the cards and the synergies in order to get into the game. So there's a bit of
some depth to it. Okay.
Yes. So fantastic game, top to bottom, though. So,
man, this is one that I would love the chance to try out at some point.
Yes. Well, game on. We'll see you when we're done the video. Let's check it out. So this is the other playmat.
It looks great.
It's a really cool game, really well balanced. So that's Android Netrunner.
Love the art, love the aesthetic of it. Very interesting.
Absolutely.
Number 8.
Number 8 is a little unconventional. You're not going to find this on many people's lists.
A game of armored warfare on the Eastern Front from 1941 to 1945.
This is an old game.
I don't know this one, other than the fact that you all talk about it a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. So this is one we've actually recently discovered. We've always been fans of Avalon Hill.
And it's up here?
And we did not bring it with us.
No, but I mean, it's already, it's number 8 on your list?
It is, yeah.
Holy cow.
NATO and Cax have been playing this to death and loving it. It's a hex encounter game, strategic game. You're placing your units, trying to maneuver. There's different scenarios. I mean, this is one of the original campaign games where you have to play through various scenarios. Yeah? And it's one of the games that defined the genre. So this one has a little bit of a nostalgia pick for us. And not because we played it back in the day. We played, Midway and Bismarck and some of those other older games. But this is one of the defining games of Avalon Hill. So if you're into hex encounter games, this might be one to check out.
What is a hex encounter game?
So it's a game, I mean, each of the units in this case will represent the different units that you have. So you've got your strategic, you've got your operational, and you've got your tactical game. So this one is heavily tactical game. So you've got various rules about movement and how you can fire and when you can fire, and you've got your objectives that you need to accomplish, and then each of these, the counters has sort of the representative stats in terms of all the values, and you'd have to speak to the other creators to learn about this.
Has your crew ever played Space Empires?
Yes.
Do you like Space Empires?
Well, NATO just put out a video. It's his favorite game that he played in 2022 for the first time.
So. I've got an unopened copy downstairs.
Brilliant.
It was on my top 10 list, and the only reason why it might leave is because I have no one to play it with.
Oh, well, that has just changed.
Holy cow.
If you haven't played Space, it's a true 4X.
Because that's what this is reminding me of a bit.
Yeah, there are some similarities.
Lots of information, lots of tiny little chits, lots of stuff going on the table, but all of it elicits this amazing tactical
simulation
game.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Very cool.
And so I think it's a really apt
I'm intrigued. I'm interested. All right, we're moving on to number 7.
We are, indeed. Twilight Struggle.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I want to play this game so much, but I got rid of my copy because I admitted to myself that I never would, and then I became friends with you all. Holy cow. Can you guys visit more? They're only here for like 28 hours or so.
That's right, yeah. It's going to be a blitz.
I desperately need you all to get back down here to play through some of these games. All right, talk about this. I'm going to keep talking if you don't go ahead and pick up the microphone.
So Twilight Struggle is a game that 2 of our creators, this is probably each of their favorite game. This would be their number 1s. I actually don't like this game as much because of the stress. I find it so incredibly stressful. But that problem...
I just want to try it.
You know what? It's a really cool game, and if you want to play it, the guys downstairs, they are the ones to play with. But there is a fix to that for me. They just came out, GMT came out with a game, a new one this year, Flashpoint South China Sea. And it
Okay.
is a scaled down lunchbox version of
Sure.
this game, and I loved it.
I've seen Flashpoint on
Yes.
like popping up here and there. I didn't know much about it, but interesting that it's a scaled down version of this.
It's beautiful. So it's nice and compact. It doesn't have the stress. For me, I wish we'd put that one on the list instead of Twilight Struggle, but they wouldn't let me come up and do this video with you if I didn't include this game on the
if
list.
this wasn't on the list somewhere.
There's an app now.
Do
This is the app.
do they play the physical or the digital version of this?
Depends on the convenience. They love both.
Okay. Fair
The
enough.
digital implementation is fantastic. It's really good if you want to get online, get a quick game in,
Yeah.
learn the game fast, and get really good at it. So, I mean, this was on BGG as the #1 game for the longest time.
Yeah, and then Gloomhaven said no.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
And Pandemic was in there for a while.
The world. I mean, it's our industry changing.
That's right.
And this is one of those historic classics that still, I think, has a right to have had and still to own that title.
That's right.
From what I've heard.
Like Jason Matthews, he knows his stuff. He's created some amazing games.
Based out of Washington, D.C., by the way.
Yes.
The copy of this that I gave away
Yeah.
was a signed copy by him.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
100%.
Someone got lucky on that one.
All right. What else are we going to?
Let's
Number
move
6.
on to... You knew it had to be on there.
Did I? I actually didn't. Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven's still
Sitting
on there.
here, the
Yeah.
first game that we're moving into like a story-based campaign.
That's right. So
A sweetheart genre of me.
this all three of us like this one. This is more of a CAX game.
Yeah.
But I played Jaws of the Lion with my kids because it's a little more accessible.
Okay.
Gloomhaven is one that CAX's kids, he actually, you're going to kill me for saying this, he lets them open the box, play with, tear things up, do whatever they want. They have a blast with it, and
That's the way you're supposed to play
It is.
legacy games, right?
For sure.
Let them stick the stickers. It's a board game.
Yes.
It's not a thing to go up on a pedestal.
That's right. And then once the kids are done playing with it, the adults log on, and we play the digital Gloomhaven.
So good.
It's so easy to get it to the table.
So good. Sheer and I are
Fantastic.
playing through that right now.
It's awesome. It's a great remote game to stay connected, but have that continuity.
Yep.
Playing something over a period of time. Because, I mean, Frosthaven, I wish it were on my list. I haven't got it yet. But I have to stick with Gloomhaven for now because it's tested and true.
I will say this. I think Frosthaven has done Gloomhaven right.
Yes.
I think they've done it right. I think they've improved on elements. I think they've held true to the things that made us love the original. And I also, at the same time, think that a lot of us just need to wait for the digital version.
Yes, we do.
You picked up my box.
Yeah. Oh, that thing's way heavier than you think it would be.
It's a big commitment.
It's a monster.
It's a big commitment.
Yes, but the coolest thing with Frosthaven that I'm looking forward to is you get to build the little city.
Yeah.
Where you customize.
So cool.
I feel at the end like I'll be like, I'm the warden of that city. You know, like that's mine. I created it. You know, like that is a really neat update.
Gloomhaven. I love seeing that on the list. All right. Swing it on.
Let's move it on.
Are we moving? Is this number 5 that we're going to?
We are on to number 5.
Diplomacy.
So if you've seen our channel, you know this game has to be on there.
Absolutely.
This 1959, this game came out, and I challenge you to find a better game on a European map than this one in terms of balance.
Okay.
It's just unbelievably balanced. This game is so beautiful.
Never played it.
I
know. I've never played it. No, you can't leave. We're still going through your list. No, if you feel like he feels right now, go subscribe to their channel. Right? Like, that's the only,
Okay.
leave a thumbs down on this video and then go sub to them because I've never, I haven't. I just have not had the opportunity or someone around to set it down on the table. Tell me about what's so special about this.
Okay, so that just sealed the deal. We are coming back. We put together an ultimate version of Diplomacy with all the best, because every edition of the game, this one's got good components, this one's got a good map, this one's...
Nice miniatures, this one has,
So we amalgamated an ultimate set, and we'll play that with you.
That's kind of fun as well. You should do it. Have you done a whole video talking about how to put together the ultimate edition?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a game that you can only play with certain people because you're meant to stab your friends in the back. You're meant to lie to each other. It's like real diplomacy. It's like real politics.
West would be so excited about that.
It's great, but you can't play it with soft-skinned people.
Okay.
So I love the balance of the game. I love... there's two elements to the game. There's the tactics, which is learning to move the pieces around on the board.
Yeah.
So it's a war game in that sense. But there's the diplomacy, and that's the really hard part of the game. So if you're a talker, you're going to be amazing at this game. Because you talk your way, like you could have one unit, a chip and a chair, and you can talk your way back to a victory.
Cool.
So it's a game about social interactions. I find a lot of policemen like this game, lawyers like this game, English teachers like this game.
Sure.
It's one about connecting with people and not letting your emotions override your decision. And have you heard about Cicero? Mm-mm. So Facebook just came out with Cicero, which is an AI. It's the first AI in the world.
Facebook did.
Yes. It's, well, Meta. So the first AI that can interact at a human level, and it's actually won tournaments recently, and it's actually cleaning up on the diplomacy circuit.
Interesting.
And it's a bot, and it communicates. So it'll say, hey, Quackalope, do you want to ally up and we'll take out Austria? And you won't even be able to tell it's a bot that you're communicating with because it copies human interaction patterns.
So Meta, by the way, I hate the rebranding of that Facebook. It sounds like you're trying to take over the world. So Meta is effectively creating AI to slowly conquer us all.
Yeah, it's freaky, fantastic. Scary, and they're there. Like ChatGPT and all of this stuff. You can be interacting with an AI and not even know.
And it's just wiping the servers.
Yeah, completely. It's just cleaning up. Like it's beating the top players in the world now.
That's terrifying.
And the secret, if you want to know, if you're a diplomacy player, the secret is don't lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Play it straight?
Yeah, play it straight. You can twist...
Be strategic,
yes.
But play it straight.
Omit the truth, but don't straight up. Don't say, yes, Quackalope, I will help you, I'll support you, and then don't do it because you will come back with a fiery vengeance for the rest of the game and kill me.
Sure.
In the AI.
I mean, that's kind of how real-life politics works as well. Like, if you're not willing to actually do what you said you're going to do...
That's right.
Don't go out in public and say it.
And the minute someone learns that they are not going to win the game... they make their mission to make you not win the game too if you're the one who took them down. So that's the beauty of this game, is that balance of pushing your luck but not pushing it too hard.
We've got this list is now just stuff that I need to play with your crew. Is this number 5 we're going to?
We are going to 4.
Number 4.
Now, our number 4 game will appear on a lot of people's lists for a good reason. This is probably on your list somewhere, isn't it?
Cosmic Encounter?
You've probably got a big list though, right?
Got rid of it.
Did you? Okay.
Got rid of it.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
I've played this multiple times. This is one of the games that I theoretically want to love. Because Shut Up, Sit Down told me that it's amazing.
It is amazing. Yes.
I have yet to have a great experience of Cosmic Encounter.
Oh, no. Okay, you haven't played with the right people.
Maybe. I'm open to trying it again. I really am. Because I think I should love this. So if we wanted to do like recorded, Legendary Tactics against Quackalope, the Quackalope crew.
Absolutely.
I'm open to giving this one last shot. But the last time I played this game, I'll warn you, I got rid of my entire copy. I had everything. Okay. Expansions, everything. Wow. Got rid of it all.
Okay, I need to be here when you're getting rid of games.
Tell me about Cosmic Encounter. What do you love about it?
Cosmic Encounter, I judge a game, and some of the reason that these games are on this list is because it's the gaming experience I have with my group, and I've never had a game that I've had more fun with than this one. And it doesn't matter who the group is, every single group, even my own kids, my wife, everybody. It's an incredible game, and the reason is you got the variable player power. So each of the cards,
so many of them.
Yes, the base game is simple to learn.
Yeah,
and the objective is simple. Don't have this super complicated book, and all you need to do is learn your power each turn.
And like every creature breaks the game in some weird and unique way.
Yes.
And you're sitting there just trying to spread your influence and negotiate and move across these planets.
That's right.
Yeah.
And every time you think there's a broken character, so if there's 5 at the table and someone's got this crazy power, there's a built-in balance mechanic because then the other 4 players take them out first.
Sure. So
the game is absolutely fantastic every time. And let me tell you, this is a game I've played, and we played a 6-player game, and I forget how it happened, but... you only need 5 colonies to win.
Okay.
It got to the end of the game, and I hadn't even had a turn to play yet.
Sure.
But I had so much fun in that game because even when it's not your turn, you still get to interact. You still get to add ships or.
I think we did like a 6 or 7 game, and I think that was one of the issues that we had. Is I only got 2 rounds.
Yes. Oh, okay.
The game was over or something like that.
That's a problem. Yeah.
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 I don't know. I'm open to it. To it. I love seeing it here on your list. I really do because. It's not been one of those that I've had that experience with, but so many people have.
Yes.
And I'm kind of jealous of them.
Okay, we're going to be up all night. This is a problem. Okay.
Shira's going to love you all.
Shira knows this one?
Absolutely. Shira is a area control
nice.
fiend. Kemet, number 3.
I am mildly distressed that you called Shira a fiend, but I'm
She'd take it as a compliment.
pleasantly surprised that this is...
Oh, she's going to invite you back now.
So this is the game that I wanted to convince you that I said at the start I want you to... Have you played it?
I have. I have played Kemet maybe once. I wasn't convinced.
Okay, yep. Now, again, 2 of the 3...
Another one I need to play again, although Shira's right. Shira will be right with you, 100%. Yep. This is on her top 10, I believe.
Is it?
If not, it was within the debate.
I like Shira. Can she be here?
Yeah.
Okay.
One day.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do a video with Shira.
That'd be fantastic.
Okay.
She's going to be very excited to see this. I'm going to make her timestamp it.
This is actually, I confess, my favorite game of all time. It's been my favorite game
for
a long time now. And I think what did it, there's a few elements that come together so that you've got your technology trees, distinct color, text, defensive, offensive, economic. You got the cool miniatures, so kids can enjoy it too. My kids, I call them kids, they're still young, but they can play higher level games because I've weaned them on board games, which I think every responsible board gaming parent should do.
Fair enough.
So the beautiful tiles. So there's that joy of finding the right synergies, responding to your opponents.
The combinations of this can be really satisfying and really powerful when you start building up like a few different tier checks.
That's right. And the movement on the board isn't so crazy that you need to be a tactical genius, but the combat system is my favorite combat system of any game. So you get a set of cards. Everybody has this basic same set of cards unless you upgrade with your technologies, and you spend those cards, and it's not rock paper scissors, but there's that interaction where you've got your you can do damage, you can do attack, or you can do defense, and the various ways that you play those powers has just a beautiful synergy when you go to combat and you're trying to remember what cards your opponent still has.
Because they cards come out of their resources, they're out of their deck as they continue doing more and more battles. And so they're slowly limiting their own ability to be reflexive.
Yeah, so the decision making is so great because it's like, wow, when do I play this card? Do I make my big move? It's one of those low scoring, it's sub 10 points. I think it's 7 points to win the game, and it's gorgeous.
So Shira's going to want you to visit maybe every 3 months.
Brilliant.
Bring you down for a few days.
Sounds cool.
And play through your favorite game so far.
Ooh, I think she's going to like our next 2 as well.
Number 2 coming up.
This is number 2 coming.
So Kemet.
Kemet is
number 2.
So good. Was this a surprise?
This is a complete surprise, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah, for me it is.
Wingspan.
Like, your list has so much different styles of games.
Yes.
Which I'm excited about, because I try to, like, my top 10 list, I try to make sure I kind of have a collection of other things.
Right. Like,
number 7 in my top 10 is not necessarily competing with number 8, in the same way that it might be competing with another number potential 7. And why is Wingspan here? First off, I appreciate the bird love.
Yep.
But what's it doing here?
Wingspan has a few functions in our game, and I guess part of why we choose our list too is different games reflect different moods and different appeal. And this game is one that, again, 2 of the 3 legendary tacticians absolutely love this game because of its serenity. It's beautiful. It's an engine builder. If you haven't played it yet, you're working your way in 3 different habitats to try to create these beautiful synergies. The digital app is absolutely gorgeous.
Very pretty.
The live play, again, it's a family game. Even though it's a complex game, you can still play it at a thematic level.
Yeah.
Where, like my daughter, for instance, just plays beautiful birds, and she just loves. I
go duck only.
Yes, of course. Well, why wouldn't you?
My bottom region is only ducks by the end of this, and then I'll get a. What's it called? A growl? No, a
grackle.
A grackle. I'll get a grackle in there that's sitting on the water, and I won't notice that it's a grackle until like a couple rounds into the game, and then I'll be so upset.
Oh, jeez.
Because I get a grackle mixed to my ducks.
Yeah,
it's
just messes
the worst.
things up.
It really does.
It's like the enemy of the duck.
Horrible.
Yeah. So I love how peaceful the game is. It never feels like in many ways I would liken this to Terraforming Mars, where you're building your engine. Terraforming Mars would be the next step up.
So Shira's number 1 of all time is Terraforming Mars.
Is it? Wow.
For the record.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her.
And yet
that's her sweet spot.
Was that on your list or West's
not on my list at all.
To never play again.
West is to never play again.
Really? Yeah.
It's not on my top 10 period, but I do love it a lot, and it's her number 1.
Okay, yeah, so. It's a great game. It's very cool, but I like this one better because it's much less stressful. A game shouldn't be stressful, and I find the rules overhead on this is a lot smaller than on some of the other strategic.
There's a game coming out from Inside Up called Earth that I would love to teach you.
Yes.
It's like Terraforming Mars. if you were playing in the real world,
Right.
and if the economy was really good.
Okay.
Not stressful at all, just rewarding.
I'd love to try it.
Very fun. Number 2 was Wingspan.
That's right.
Number 1,
Yeah.
moving on down.
It's just such a gorgeous game.
It's a beautiful game. Do you have the Wingspan app?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
I
have
the
the
works.
Do you have the Wing Song app?
I do. What's that?
Okay. The Wing Song app allows you, with any single card in the deck,
Yeah.
to hold the camera above the card and hear the song that bird makes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. You
Nice.
can get every single bird call
That's amazing. Yeah.
from the game. Number 1.
Number 1. Oh.
Root.
Yes.
This is this is
is
the
it.
group's top of the line.
Well, two of the 3.
2 of the 3.
Absolutely love it. One hates
Okay.
it.
One hates it.
Cax does not like this game.
Full on doesn't.
Full on. He's
man.
kind of pissed at me for putting this high.
Oh no.
Yeah, so,
but
sorry.
2 of you were like, nah, I'm sorry.
Well, okay.
It is.
So there's a reason. This is the coming together of 2 worlds for us.
Okay.
So NATO is a war gamer, and he got into the coin series, the counterinsurgency series.
Sure. That is a heavy corner of our industry.
It is. Yeah.
You don't make a lot of friends there.
Not at all.
You make 3. And the good
Just
news is
enough
that's
to play.
all you need, because
Yeah.
you guys will always play together.
That's right.
Yep.
So he loves the coin system, and Root is based on that, where each
A
faction
lot of
has
your
its
large
own-
factions are basically coin factions re-implemented.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My take on I like the thematic side of games. So for me, the heavy conflict games, they're fine, but I much prefer a cute game with fuzzy, furry creatures or something a little lighter where it doesn't feel quite as heavy. So for me, I love the depth of this game. You can get in. You've got the 4 factions here represented, but I mean, there's so many factions to get into, and I feel like every faction adds something new to the game.
Yeah.
So where does this rank on your list?
So this is in my top 20.
Okay.
Not in my top 10.
All right.
Not in my top 10. Mostly because I can never get the rules right.
That's where the app comes in. So some of these games I love on the app.
Root is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
And for me, it's the same thing. Like, it's pulling me into that world of wargaming with the asymmetric powers, the cool, unique abilities, the way that every game is kind of self-balanced by the players. And also you have like red wall, the animal, militaristic animal thematics.
Yes.
That sets me into this world, sets me into this theme. But
it's not scary. When you pull it out, it doesn't look frightening like some of the war games do.
Yeah.
So that's where we get this beautiful coming together of, and our channeling unifies on this one.
We need to try to do a Root gameplay now.
We do. There's so many. This is a problem.
There's a lot of stuff we need to cover.
Yes.
Oh man.
Fantastic.
That's a good list. I desperately now. I'm very sad that we only have like 14 hours left, and some of that has to be sleeping between now and when you all head back out.
That might be negotiable.
I've got caffeine pills.
All right.
Just saying. We could probably get like 3 extra games in.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you've made it to this point, I'm sorry. You have to follow the link down below to go subscribe to these guys. They really are putting out some fantastic content, and I'm super excited to continue. Now playing through their entire top 10 list, because there's about 5 on there that I desperately need and want to play. There's 2 or 3 that need to be redeemed for me.
We can bring them to life.
And there's a few that I just already love. So if you agree, swing over there, say hello, check out their content, and whatever the case, whatever you do, remember to do the important thing, get out and play some games. We'll see you next time.